Hey everyone, this is Cameron Teese from Teese and Polishek, where you receive all content all the time, and we're just going to get right into it. This question I derived strictly from Quora. This question is, what can I do to survive and excel at a company where it's not important what you know, but who you know? And again, this is Cameron Teese of Teese and Polishek Strategies. So let's think about this. This actually happens more often than what you may think. This truly is a big deal, a big issue that we are seeing in the workforce nowadays. I just wanted to bring this up because this may be affecting you. Maybe you've never heard of this, you're not aware of it. Maybe you're just recently entering the workforce because you just graduated college or so on and so forth. I just want to say that this truly is a problem where people are really being favored due to who they know, not necessarily their actual skill set. There is a few reasons how and why that we do see this. So entering the workforce, there is not much to pull from. And what I mean by that is when you see someone's resume, the average time an employer is going to be looking at a resume is in between 10 and 30 seconds. That is the amount of time you need to blatantly stick out of the crowd on a single-sided sheet of paper. So, rather, when you have someone who has a one sheet of paper and you have someone's word from a fellow coworker or someone else within the organization saying, hey, this person's a very hard worker, we need them on the team, they are going to be much more likely to get pulled just because they have something extra than just that single sheet of paper. The second one we have here is in order to sustain culture. So some organizations specifically ask their employees or co-workers, whatever it may be, if they are having people who are looking for a job, if they know of anyone looking for a job, just because in an organization, culture is so important, and it's sometimes even beneficial to the organization to have co-workers bring in their friends, even if they are less qualified, because it is just going to promote a better environment within the organization. And the last point is it's cheap and efficient, meaning rather than going through the whole process of looking and interviewing people, gathering resumes, which is a long, dragged out process, it's going to be a lot cheaper and much more efficient just to say, hey, anyone know anyone who's looking for a job? So how do we break this pattern, which truly is going to be the bulk of this presentation here? One, which is give, give, give. So I'm going to approach this from two different directions. One, this may happen to you are just trying to simply get into the job, right? So maybe give something on top of your resume. This is kind of funny, but I have heard of this working where I've known an individual who was applying for a job and they actually sent a bouquet of flowers to the owner with his name attached and just a small letter. I know it sounds funny, but it's just great marketing, really just getting your name out there any way that you can differentiate yourself from the crowd. That's going to really lead into our next one, which is going to be over deliver. Over deliver, that's going to be for anyone who is looking to, say, rise the ranks in their organization. You can't help but rise the ranks if you truly are over delivering. Put in the extra hours, show up early, leave the office late. There are just certain circumstances where, yeah, they might know someone who knows someone, but if you truly are over delivering on what you do, it's going to be a very difficult time to overlook you and that extra work if you are over delivering. The last point I have here is how to break the pattern of beating out someone who is friends of a friend of the coworker or of the boss, whatever that may be. Simply network. And what I mean by that is actually become that friend of a friend. You know, ask your friends, ask your family, create a LinkedIn page and begin networking there. We're seeing things on social media such as Instagram as well as Facebook messengers where many people are networking through those individual platforms, which was really getting them a step in the correct direction. One thing I did add here underneath the network is there's something called 6 degrees of separation. What the 6 degrees of separation is this means you are somehow connected to every person on the entire planet within the degree of 6 separating people, meaning that you are somehow connected to anyone. For example, say Kanye West, Jay-Z. I don't know why those were the two names popped out of my head, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Donald Trump. You were connected to all of these people simply through a degree of 6 people, meaning a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend knows any of those people. And again, this was actually created, I want to say, in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. So this is a little outdated. Some people believe it is even lesser than 6 degrees of people, just due to the fact of the power of social media, because this 6 degrees of separation was actually created before social media had really became as popular and as big of a movement as it is. So I really hope that helped you guys out. Something just super quick and simple to help you guys break the mold of how do you beat out a friend of a friend within your organization. Hopefully that kind of just got some gears turning. If you are interested, like, subscribe. If you didn't like this, leave a comment, let me know. Hopefully I can get better at this. Again, this is Cameron Teese of Teese and Polishek. We will see you guys soon.